Hi everybody, today we are going to write fractions as equivalent decimals. So one way to do it is to write an equivalent fraction with a denominator of a power of 10, which we did the last time that I talked to you. But today I'd like to write a fraction as a decimal by dividing. So we're going to practice the division portion of it. So the first thing that you have to remember when dividing is that the numerator is divided by the denominator. So that means that the numerator goes in the division bar. So 5 in, 6 out. Some call this top in, bottom out. It's however you see it, but it's 5 divided by 6. And that means I'm trying to break 5 up into 6 equal pieces. Well, wait a minute. I don't have 6 equal pieces, so what do? Well, we start off by putting a 0 up top because we can't split 5 into 6 equal pieces just yet. We need to manipulate it and make it look better. So what we're going to do is we are going to add a trusty decimal, bring it up, and then we're going to add a 0 or a place value 0 or an annex 0, however you want to say it. Now I added 2. You may need more than 2. Let's just start dividing and see. So I need to know my multiplication facts for 6 because I'm dividing by 6. Okay, so if I come out here to the side and think, okay, 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, oh wait, 48 goes in. Okay, so 6 goes into 50, goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, which is 48. So I'm going to put an 8 up top, 48 on bottom, subtract. 5 becomes 4, regroup, subtract, you get 2 and 0. Okay, 2 is less than 6, we're good to go. We keep dividing, bring down the 0. All right, now 6 into 20. 6 times what makes up 20? 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 21. Oops, too high. So we're going to go back to 18. So that's 1, 2, 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract. Regroup as needed, remainder 2. Okay, so look, I don't see a pattern just yet, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and add another annex 0 and bring it down. So now I need to do 20 divided by 6. Wait a second. Take that back. 20. So that means it's going to go in 3 times again. And if I keep subtracting 18, I'm still going to keep repeating a 2. So that means that the 3 is repeating. Okay, so there's my decimal equivalent. Now I need to write it correctly. So my final answer is 2 wholes and 83 hundredths, repeating the 3. And that's how it goes. That's how you do it. Okay, so we're going to try one more just to make sure that we've got this. Let's set it up. 4 divided by 9. Okay. Add a decimal and some annex zeros. Okay, bring up that decimal. Now I know that 4 cannot be divided into 9 equal pieces perfectly, so I'm going to put a 0 up here, okay, and I'm going to do 9 into 40 this time. Well, 9 times 5 is 45. That's too high. 9 times 4 is 36. So we're going to put a 4 here, 36 underneath, subtract, get a 4 remainder, bring down that annex 0. So now it's 40 again. Well, then that would be 4. So notice how we have another situation where it is repeating that 4. So the way that you would write it is 0 and 4 tenths repeating the 4. All right, last one. Last one. Okay, let's set it up. Division bar. 3 in, 11 out. Okay, we need to add a decimal and some annex zeros because I cannot make 11 out of 3. Okay, bring up that decimal point. Don't forget about it. All right, now let's think about that for a minute. Okay, so we can't make 11 out of 3, but we can make 11 out of 30. So that goes in 11 times 2 is 22, 33, 44, etc., right? Okay, so 11 times 2 is probably the easiest way to go with this. So 11 times 2 is 22. Regroup, subtract. 8 remainder, bring down a 0. Okay, so 80. I don't want to go with 88 because that's just too high, but I can go with 7, which is 77. 7, regroup. Okay, 3 remainder. Bring down that annex 0. Now we've got 30. Goes in twice. 22 remainder. 8. Okay, so notice how this thing, if I was to add another 0, we got 30, 80, 30, 80. So that means this is going to be a 7. So notice how it's repeating not just one number, but 2 numbers. It's repeating the 2 and the 7. So the final answer for this problem is 4 wholes, because that's what that is, and 27 hundredths repeating the 27. All right, guys, practice this on your own. Bye.